Zo'n misto.
Vergeet jij? Ik heb de zwarte, niet de zwarte. En ik heb blauw manneke. Ik weet eigenlijk van wie de hard waren. Doen.
Sander is mee, Xander is mee. Het is zo grappig. Het is zo
Ja, maar dat is zo...
Wat? Dat is veranderd.
Daar ga je meer hebben bij het kunnen botsen, maar je verliest dan bij het,
kijk, ja.
bij het sliepen. Hè.
Dat is nou. We staan er.
We're on our 5th studio, which you see here, because we've been growing so fast, and we're so proud to launch our first game with our partners at Sony and its ModNation. First time we talked about the game was at E3 last year in Los Angeles, and we couldn't have been more proud to be a part of the Sony family and to be featured so prominently at their press conference. In this presentation, I'm going to review some of the material that we talked about at E3, but I'm also going to talk a bit about some of the features that we've added to the game since then. We do have to thank this guy here,
So cool.
because with Loaded Planets and Play, Create, Share, they've proven that there is an appetite out there for people on PlayStation 3s to have accessible gameplay, to be able to create their own levels and their own creations and to express themselves and to get their work out there on PlayStation Networks being recognized and consumed and played and admired by so many people in the Play, Create, Share community. So really we stand on the shoulders of giants, you know, who pioneered the genre, which we are very proud to be a part of. And I'm going to show you what our contribution to the genre is. Much of the inspiration for our game is from an arts and toy culture called urban vinyl, or designer toys. And just a show of hands, how many of you are familiar with this culture? So a fair number, right? And for those of you who are unfamiliar with it, it's an art culture that emerged in the mid-90s and has been a subculture in the underground, but it has grown and grown and grown. And it has turned artists who have been in graphic design, they've been in paintings, they've been in other forms of art, but have applied their skills to space-based platform art. And you would think that this is a limitation, but it's actually something that frees people to concentrate on expressing themselves. Because very quickly you can change the color of your wand without having it painted. You can add facial features very quickly. We have hundreds and hundreds of facial features that you can add. We have a wide selection of hairstyles and accessories that you can add. All of them colorable. We have hundreds of pieces of clothing that you can add instantly. Plus, you can design your own clothing, your own logos, your own badges to put on the clothing. And the variety of characters and ones is amazing. I'm a big fan of animals myself, so you're going to see a series of animals here. This is one of the Captain Carrion. You can see the details, the feathers on this character. As you can see, despite the same constraints, you see people breaking the mold, doing very, very different things. It's completely different from the last one. Fruits and vegetables if you like. That's fair game.
Die van dingen is een Daft Punk precies. Oh wow, boeia.
Oh my god. This was interesting because we were
Star Wars, no?
Yeah,
Chewbacca.
And we only released about 5% of the parts that are available in the game. It's amazing what people were able to do with a small subset of what they would eventually have. So all of the fine detail you see in this rendition of Chewbacca was done with a very small number of parts. Yet you wouldn't know it. This is you can see the power of our sticker systems, right? The stickers that you can apply to clothing body parts. You can see how we use layers. We let people keep hundreds of layers. You can stack them however you want. You know, as in Photoshop or Illustrator. You also control over height maps and transparency to make relief work such as you see on this character. You can stamp 3D parts on the heads of the models. So the parts you see on the face of Optimus Prime are actually a beak and a series of noses that have been positioned to form his very intricate head. This is one, an old movie hero from the 80s that we like. This creation is interesting because when we released the beta version, we had hoped that the tools would be very, very easy to use, but we had no idea that someone would only take 3 days to master the tool to this degree to see the detail you see in this character. We have some
Een Half-Life niet? Ja.
Some Sony favorites here.
Wow, Snake!
So I've used a number of examples here. You know, ModNation rigs are really many brushes for us to choose from. I can just pick one, I can scale that brush up, and instantly I can paint in some mountains just by holding the X button. Very, very fast. Also, I can tap on the L1 button and that brush is inverted if I want to create water features. There's some water. I can also add some noise because we're in the desert.
Gaat zo snel, hè?
Let's rough that up. So now I've created some terrain. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to drive around that terrain I just created. There it is. It'll happen in real time. I'm going to pick a place to start my track, right there. Again, using normal driving controls,
Cool.
gas and steering, I can actually just drive out my track. And anytime I can undo it,
Makkelijk, hè?
back, and try something
Echt goed handig. Echt keigoed.
Right now I'm in a mode that automatically conforms my track to the terrain. However, I can also switch into a mode with just the tap of a button that lets me manually control elevation. Also, we have a feature called autocomplete. The objective right here is to get back to the finish line. But if I want to, I can just hold down the X button and it takes me close to home. And I can just resume driving at any time. It's very, very easy. It's very, very nice to be able to experience where I want to go. Right then, in seconds, I actually have a drivable racetrack. I can go in, I can manually place everything I want.
Dat is kei cool, check dat.
And this made creating a track from 5 minutes to a couple of minutes. I'm going to show you how I auto-populate. It takes all that stuff that I might want to take minutes, or hours, or even days to add to my track. But within seconds, we're actually going to see all those elements added automatically.
En jullie hebben iets gemaakt, hè?
It's also randomized, so I don't see the same thing over and over again. Now I can fly around my track.
Dat is cool, hè?
You can see that it is pretty much a racetrack. I also take a picture of it. So I upload it, people will see this.
You did not earn a trophy.
You'll earn a trophy when you do that. Right now. Let me show you by going to test drive that.
Haal de game er eens uit. Nu doet dat met uw doos. Oh, die doet mijn carrosserie kapot. Oh my god, mijn carrosserie eraf. Kapot? Nee. ModNation. Ja, goeie.